this video about my proposal to use very cheap and easy treatment, topical treatment, to combat aging, and also some inflammational diseases like inflammational skin and related to psoriasis and eczema, etc., and also cancer. So what we can do, and easy and cheap, it is, well, let's go into details. So as always, I recommend you to download presentation as PDF file from the link in the description. Then you will get access to all these links and sources of information. You can do your own research, and you can develop your own opinion, which I highly recommend to do it, because I'm not medical professional. I am PhD in science and in physics in particular. So I do this research for myself, and but if it works for me, it is not necessary to work for you. So you have to rely more on your own research. Also, you can follow medical professionals, which I don't do, because again, this science, it is like exploring something new, which is not discovered by the science to the moment. I don't present you one publication. I give some review of literature and some my conclusions and my ideas, and then I try to prove these ideas by experiments, and as it is related to aging, I make experiments on my own body, because the project is not anyhow supported officially, so I have limited resources, but I do it for my own rejuvenation. I do it for to extend my lifespan for hundreds of years, maybe 1,000 years. Not because I'm afraid to die, but I don't want. I want to crack this scientific problem, and I want also to give all the humankind the perspective. I mean, some better future, that we can fly to other stars in our galaxies, maybe beyond. So we have to, in my opinion, that we have to be galactic civilization, and then the condition for this, we have to live at least 1,000 years, or maybe few thousand years. Okay, so let's go to this goal together if you want. But you can choose. Many people don't want to live even longer than 100 years, because it is not easy. Life never was easy. Life always full of suffering, and people don't want to suffer. They want to invest any time and efforts to do something special, and even because they don't see any advantage in a longer life. Longer life for them, it is longer suffering. Okay, so again, suffering is a part of life. You have to accept it. Okay, let's go slowly to this my proposal. So this proposal, it's not about the core reason, core reason why we're aging, but it is somehow can improve our appearance and can slow down aging, and I believe that topical treatment are important to look better and also to slow down aging. So let's go. So chronic tissue inflammation in the elderly, also known as inflammaging, is a low-grade persistent inflammation that develops over time and contributes to accelerated aging and the onset of age-related diseases. Several factors contribute to the development of chronic tissue inflammation in the elderly. It is compromised oxygen delivery, also called chronic hypoxia, due to stiffening of the blood vessels. I described it. This is the main reason why we're aging, because our blood vessels are stiffened, and because oxygen delivery to tissues is compromised. This is the main reason why we don't live too long. So this gives other steps, so it is high oxidative stress related to this chronic hypoxia. Then next, it is cellular senescence, because this is normally our cell becomes senescent cells or zombie cells in response to chronic hypoxia. This is normal reaction of our body, so it's what we're going. Then And cellular senescence also related to insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes, so it is consumption of sugar and use of sugars and carbohydrates as a source of energy, which I never recommend. I believe that we can use some carbohydrates, of course. It is not completely bad, not completely prohibited, should not be completely prohibited, but it has to be done wisely. Okay, so, but in total, we have to be in ketosis. Ketosis is normal state of our body. If you don't do it, if you use carbohydrates as a source of energy, what you are getting? You are getting obesity, and you getting a gut dysbiosis. This is normal consequences of your diet, which is medical professionals call balanced diet or healthy diet, which I don't consider anyhow healthy. It is healthy only, this diet only healthy for medical professionals, because this is the base of the business. Business needs customers, and if you follow recommendations of the medical professionals, you participate in this business, and business need more customers. So I don't get any benefits from medical treatment, so I do it for myself. So I say, okay, I don't recommend to use carbohydrates as source of energy. Okay, next, what develops also related to this cellular senescence and all this development of chronic hypoxia, it is immunosenescence. And what the immunosenescence, compromise of the immune system leads to viral infections such as human papilloma virus, herpes, and eventually to development of cancer. So in normoxia, so in younger people, blood vessels are elastic, they react to release of nitric oxides, everything is good in them, so that all tissues are getting enough of oxygen, and all the tissues are elastic. But in time, what is happening, that's because of stiffening of the blood vessels, they getting stiff. They are not, so, and then you have that, I mean, you can get to acute hypoxia. It is actually like in doing anaerobic exercise, you can get acute short-term hypoxia. But chronic hypoxia, it is when the walls of your blood vessels are getting stiff, very stiff and very thick, and so you develop hyperpressure, hypertension, pardon, and then all these problems with chronic hypoxia. Chronic hypoxia is a base. Why our body is getting old, aging? It is because of this chronic development of chronic hypoxia. I was talking about this many times. It is little bit, my opinion is different from opinion of other people. Other people believe that cellular senescence and the aging of cells is the main factor. I believe, okay, it is not true in my opinion, because any cell, senescent cells and dysfunctional cells can be replaced by our immune system and stem cells. So it is, again, we are nothing more but colony of cells, and this colony of cells can survive and for long. There is no time limit for if everything works properly. But again, what we are getting, if you have this chronic hypoxia, next stage is inflammation, low-grade inflammation, which is in every chronic disease. And it is cancer, cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer, arthritis, autoimmune disease. This is why we're aging. So that you have this chronic hypoxia, and then you get a low-grade inflammation. Okay, so I was describing mechanism in my previous videos. What also many people have, it is even if it is mostly in younger people, in the elderly also they have more problem with herpes, for example, and herpes virus is, even it can be in adult age, it is suppressed, but as you getting older, you get more problems with skin and with viral infections. And very common in older people, you have warts. warts on skin, mostly on skin. And if you have the skin, in my opinion, it is clear indication that you are susceptible to development of certain cancer. So it is indication of compromised immune system. So it is, again, many people with diabetes type 2 develop these warts, and this is again so you can understand why you're getting warts and what is the consequence of or its actual indication. It's maybe not big problem to have warts, but then you have more severe consequences like cancer and shorter lifespan. Chronic inflammation in the elderly increases the risk of age-related diseases such as I said, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, fatty liver disease, neurodegenerative disorders, cancer. In older age, the skin and subcutaneous adiposity represent a large and quite distributed pool of hyperactive cells, or including senescent cells. It is senescent cells, but plus some other hyperactive cells. It is not only virus-infected cells and senescent cells. It can be some cells like other cells, like in development of psoriasis or eczema. So these hyperactive cells then deliver inflammatory signals throughout the body and contribute to accelerated aging. So inflammatory skin conditions are common in the elderly population, and their prevalence tends to increase with age. So you can, I can see it on my own body, but again, I try to fight it. I want to get my skin not inflamed and look younger. So some common inflammatory skin conditions in the elderly include acne. Okay, acne is mostly for young people who don't have yet a fully functional immune system, but also it depends on the diet. But also atopic dermatitis, this is already more common for elderly, and eczema is one demonstration, one consequences of this atopic dermatitis. It can be a little bit different. Eczema can be different types. Seborrhea, okay, and you know it's on your scalp. Psoriasis, and especially nail psoriasis and scalp psoriasis, it's very hard stuff. So atopic dermatitis, eczema is one of the types of this atopic dermatitis. It is mostly officially it is associated with immune system overreaction to foreign proteins and allergens, which can enter the body through the skin or gastrointestinal tract. So it is again you have to understand and you have to heal your guts and to stop this leaky gut syndrome, for example, and then it will help you. And also consumption of fructose is very much related to development of atopic dermatitis and other skin inflammatory disorders. Psoriasis is considered as autoimmune conditions that can be treated to regulate levels of inflammation, but it cannot be cured. Okay, then again, this is official viewpoint that this is autoimmune condition similar to this atopic dermatitis. But actually, what is interesting, psoriasis it is self-supported inflammation. So inflammatory condition. It is not only, it can be ignited by a reaction of your immune system to some foreign proteins, etc. But yet then further it is self-supported. It is like cancer. It is very much like cancer. The only that it is not don't give you metastasis, but it is related only to skin and nails. But it can develop to some arthritis, for example, psoriatic arthritis, when bone joints of people with psoriasis get inflamed and swollen also. So not only skin, but also the bone joints. Psoriasis is related to the leaky gut syndrome. Yes, it's again, in the beginning. Then it is opinion that yes, it is related, but again, it is when it starts, it is related to your diet, what you eat, and consumption of fructose is actually driving inflammation and psoriasis. You have to stop eating sweet fruits and all these drinks with fructose. This is first what I can recommend. psoriasis is characterized by excessive proliferation of keratinocytes. Okay, you see that not only virus-infected cells, not only senescent cells and cancer cells are hyperactive. It actually can be keratinocytes, which are normal cells in our bodies. They somehow can be hyperactive, and activated keratinocytes produce also inflammatory signals, and and then immune cells are getting migrate to this inflamed site, and then also immune cells release some pro-inflammatory molecules like cytokines, and then it is again like cycle. So you started this inflammatory condition, and then it is self-supported because keratinocytes produce pro-inflammatory molecules, then immune cells which are migrate to this area produce pro-inflammatory molecules, and then it is cannot be stopped. You have to do something. Without treatment you cannot do it. But psoriasis considered it's not, it cannot be cured. It can be reduced by suppression of the immune system, but it's so wrong. Again, we need well functioning immune system, otherwise you will get this infections, etc. So again, this is not the way. Medical professionals do it other way, not like what I say. All this model is different. I cannot say that I proved it, but again, this is my vision of the psoriasis. Psoriasis can be activated by autoimmune conditions, but can be activated by this leaky gut syndrome. But then it is self-supported cycle when activated keratinocytes produce pro-inflammatory molecules, and then immune cells migrate, and then then it goes, cannot stop. This is what can be. You see how this psoriasis can develop. It's ugly actually. When I moved to Thailand, I got psoriasis, not so severe, but yet it was not nice. And why I got it? Because I consumed a lot of sweet fruits, and fructose is very much contributing to the development of this inflammatory conditions. So don't stop using all fructose in your food. This diet is very important. So I stopped it, but again, it is fructose. It is conditions of the psoriasis reduced. I almost suppressed it. It actually very minor. Actually, I can say maybe I suppressed it completely. But yet again, I have problem with nail psoriasis. Okay, like this, not so severe again, but yet again, I do the treatment. It helps. I see how it improves. But again, nail psoriasis again, officially it is not curable. Why again? Because people don't want to go deeper. I am scientist. I try to understand logically what drives this or that conditions and diseases. So the psoriasis, it is again that you have hyperactivation of keratinocytes. They multiply very much similar like cancer cells, but cancer cells are developed mostly. It is not skin cells. There can be some skin cancer, but if it is inside, mostly we have problems with cancer developed in our organs, inner organs, and then some metastasis, etc. But my vision of psoriasis, it is like cancer. Some cells, like keratinocytes in this case, are getting crazy and they proliferate. And why they proliferate? Because they react to this cycle. They react to this production of pro-inflammatory molecules, and then again it is like self-accelerated, self-supported cycle, and then you have this condition which cannot stop. Even if you heal your gut, if you stop consumption of fructose, yet this psoriasis can persist, especially nail psoriasis, because it's very difficult to cure it, because nails are growing slowly, especially nails on your feet, toe nails. It's very difficult. But even more dangerous that skin psoriasis and nail psoriasis can develop further to psoriatic arthritis, then all your joints are getting swollen. It's complicated issue. Again, connected to fructose, because fructose is metabolized in our body to uric acid, and the uric acid contributes to development of these inflammatory conditions and psoriasis, and also to the bone joints. So you have to understand, and you have to go deeper, why you have to stop fructose, why you have to be in ketosis in old age. Again, this is, in my opinion, absolutely necessary. So the hyperproliferative keratinocytes, in psoriatic plaques use glycolysis in cytoplasm to produce energy, even in the presence of sufficient oxygen. Why? Because all hyperactive acid cells are moving, they need this metabolic shift, which has name Warburg effect. It is also absorbed in cancer cells, senescent cells infected by some viruses. It is a less efficient way to produce energy molecules, but in comparison with oxidative phosphorylation in mitochondria. But it generates energy quick, and provides some intermediates, intermediates, some substances for the synthesis, actually, carbon atoms, for the synthesis of nucleotides, amino acids, lipids, which are essential for cell proliferation and growth. Okay, you see, cancer use Warburg effect. Senescent cells are also rely mostly, not completely, but mostly on Warburg. The psoriatic plaques cells in these keratinocytes, they also behave like cancer cells. It is very much like cancer. So this is, in my previous videos, you saw this Warburg effect many times probably. So what is happening, mostly energy produced through this, in normal cells, it is, if in case of acute hypoxia, this energy can be produced by anaerobic glycolysis. But in the hyperactive cells, energy produced, even if oxygen is available, it is produced mostly through this way of in the cytoplasm. It is first glucose is split into pyruvate, to two molecules of pyruvate, and then it is fermented to lactate. Lactate escapes in the cells and make environment more acidic. So this is how hyperactive cells getting quick energy, and they need some substances to proliferate and to be hyperactive. This is how it works. And in psoriasis, you see, availability of glucose is very much important. Okay, so that in healthy cells, glucose can be used as source of energy. I say that we have to limit this glucose content in blood, so we have to rely more on ketosis, because the ketosis is not useful, it cannot be used by hyperactive cells. So it is the way to keep our body healthy, to shift to ketogenic diet. But what we can do, again, some glucose is available anyway, so because we need glucose for our erythrocytes, so for red blood cells, because red blood cells don't have mitochondria, they produce energy only by this glycolysis. So, but again, we need some glucose, and also if you have hyperactive cells, these gates to transport glucose through the membrane are very active. They are hyperactive, or maybe number of these gates is larger. So what we have, what we can do, we can block this sites. Okay, so how to block? I was talking about this previously in my video, so you understand. Okay, cells infected by viruses also shift to glycolysis for energy production to support the increased demands of viral replication and inflammatory response. Some viruses encode proteins that directly or indirectly enhance glycolysis. And viral infections can cause inflammation and reduced oxygen availability in the affected tissues, which in turn can promote the use of glycolysis for energy production. You see, if you have infection, then again it is cycle. So it is not easy for our immune system to eliminate this virus-infected cells. So activation of the immune system during viral infections can also lead to production of pro-inflammatory cytokines, and again this and these pro-inflammatory molecules, they not only help to improve blood circulation in the inflamed tissues, but also they stimulate glycolysis in the infected cells. So in both infected cells and immune cells. But again, this why it is complicated system, not easy to interfere, not easy to cure. So what is this? Is Wart, for example. Wart, it is again like cancer. Wart, psoriasis, I all consider this is like cancer type, cancer, but on skin, maybe not so dangerous, but yet again, warts, many older people develop this warts. It is mostly for diabetes, for people with high levels of glucose. What we have these viruses and virus-infected cells, and they are hyperactive. They need more oxygen, they need more glucose, and what is happening, they make inflammation. Due to inflammation, there's growth of new blood vessels happening, and then to provide more nutrients, more glucose, and this is what you have Wart, and it is not very easy to remove it. You can remove it technically speaking, but again, new warts may appear if you don't go to the course of why you have warts. Glycolysis provides several advantages to the virus-infected cells and immune cells, including rapid production of this energy in form of ATP molecules, and this is also what is happening, the generation of metabolic intermediates for biosynthesis and regulation of the redox balance. The acidic microenvironment resulting from the increased production of lactic acid, which is a byproduct of glycolysis in hyperactive cells, can indirectly contribute to the activation of the immune response. It can promote the release of chemokines, reactive oxygen species, and other signaling molecules that attract immune cells such as neutrophils and macrophages. It is normal reaction of our immune system to infection, and so also to some wounds, again to the damage of tissues. It's quite normal, but you have to understand it is, while it is quite normal, it can go to this vicious cycle. It can be self-supporting process, and it accelerate aging and maybe help to develop cancer. So what we can do? We may expect that blocking glycolysis in hyperactive cells will reduce the level of local inflammation. So what we can do? We of course can use some antihistamine medicine to reduce the inflammation, and because again you have less signals, for with fewer signaling molecules, then you have fewer not so high inflammation, especially histamine is signal molecules which create this inflammation, and which is work mostly on blood vessels. They dilate, they also grow some capillaries. Okay, so but at least again, this is a way to how we can interfere with these hyperactive cells, and how we can reduce local inflammation by blocking glycolysis. So acidic microenvironment can affect the function of immune cells. For example, a slightly acidic environment can enhance activity of the enzymes in macrophages and neutrophils and the killer cells, which are involved in the degradation of pathogens and damaged cells. Yes, so it is again, if it is some not so high inflammation, not so acidic environment, it's okay. But acidic environment also can contribute, this is how it normally works. Acidic microenvironment contribute to inflammation and tissue damage by promoting the release of pro-inflammatory cytokines, reactive oxidative species by immune cells. So immune cells, when they migrate to the inflamed tissues, they produce more of these pro-inflammatory signal molecules and they increase inflammation. But again, it's actually better, but it can have, if it is go too far, it can produce some tissue damage. In cancer cells and other hyperactive cells, they produce this lactic acid, lactate, and excessively acidic environment may impair the function of immune cells. So if it is too acidic, if it is below 5 pH, below 6, kind of 5, it is considered again deadly dangerous because immune cells cannot work in such environment, and then but cancer cells they proliferate. All these hyperactive cells, they proliferate. So you have to be to control this pH smartly, and by blocking, for example, glucose transport. So in my recent videos, you can get to more details like video and presentations, and I discuss the potential of topical treatment with melatonin solutions for reducing inflammation in the skin. Melatonin, as you know, if you watch my these videos, it is anti-inflammatory substance. It is antioxidant. It is also blocking, at least in part, it is blocking glucose transport, similar to mega doses of vitamin C. It is blocking the glucose transportation into hyperactive cells, so it is helping to reduce inflammation. Again, you can go to other my videos and presentation and to get more details. Again, it's quite complicated subject, but you can go in and make your own research again. Also, you can combine melatonin with certain tetracycline antibiotics like doxycycline, minocycline, as well as macrolide antibiotics, azithromycin and roxythromycin. Again, this research was done on cell cultures. It is not in vivo. It is not even tested in mice. But again, there is some idea that combination of some antibiotics with blockers of the glucose transports, or maybe only antibiotics only, can help to eliminate senescent cells and cancer cells. So again, but it is again some more research necessary, and money not coming because these antibiotics are very common, and vitamin C again cannot be patented. There is a patent in combination of the vitamin C with some antibiotics, but again it is all the global economy is works so that this patent, if it is patented in the United States, it is only can be used, this patent only in the United States, but China can do it for free, or other countries can do it, no problem. So it's again, patenting is not working any longer because it's very expensive. I have many patents which I already gave up actually because it's very expensive, and people just wait before you will give up and then can use the technology for free. Yeah, so it is this what we have with science. Inventions are not only large companies can keep these patents alive and long, and then actually get some profits from this, but individual inventors are there, and by this system they are just kicked out of any profits. Okay, what you know the mechanism? The antibiotics, they inhibit mitochondrial protein synthesis, and then inhibition of the synthesis in hyperactive cells can increase oxidative stress and ultimately lead to apoptosis in senescent cells. Again, it's just idea. It is not proven in medical, in clinical trials. It is, but it has to work. I tried it, but there are some side effects, so I would not recommend to do it. Or if you do it, it's on your own risk. But I used some of these antibiotics to kill senescent cells, and it works. But again, side effects. so it can kill you also. So the idea to block this glucose transporters. So and then without glucose, the hyperactive cells cannot function. And if you additionally block this oxidative phosphorylation in mitochondria, and because mitochondria get damaged, and but cell can produce more mitochondria, but this, if production of new mitochondria is blocked, then you have this hyperactive cells, and especially senescent cells, can be eliminated. So this what's the idea, that you're blocking production of proteins to produce more mitochondria. Also, you block glucose transport with mega doses of vitamin C, or it looks like melatonin also can do the job. So again, then it is good way to eliminate hyperactive cells, including cancer cells and including the senescent cells. Inhibition of mitochondrial protein synthesis can result in impairing the function of the electron transport chain and lead to the leakage of electron. Okay, you see again, if mitochondria is damaged, then what we have the increased production of this of the reactive oxygen species in mitochondria, and this what is happening, and higher oxidative stress in the hyperactive cells can kill cells because it is damaging membranes and even damaging DNA. So medications that block mitochondrial biogenesis, so the process of increasing mitochondrial mass, could work in synergy with glucose transport inhibitors like megadoses of vitamin C and also melatonin, to reduce the number of these malignant hyperactive cells in human body. Okay, you can go, this idea already expressed. Combining these strategies targets the metabolic flexibility and survival mechanism of hyperactive cells more efficiently. Again, because these malignant cells, cancer cells, and senescent cells, they try to survive. If you suppress transport of glucose, they will not die instantly. So they try to produce energy by oxidative phosphorylation in mitochondria. But if you block both, then healthy cells will survive yet, but these hyperactive cells, they have very high oxidative stress, and then eventually they go to apoptosis, to death. Additionally, okay, they work this synergistically. Okay, how this reactive oxygen species are created? It is in electron transport chain. This is in mitochondria, this inner membrane, outer membrane, and then you have this transport of electrons, and this excessive production of electrons leads to this peroxide, hydrogen peroxide, and other radicals, chemically active radicals, and then damage of the cell membranes. Okay, but again, the core reason why we're aging, why we have these inflammatory conditions, it is because compromised blood circulation. Improving blood circulation in the skin and adipose tissue can have health benefits, sure. So you're getting younger. It's like you're making yourself younger. If you what you can do, that you promoting wound healing, reducing inflammation, improving skin health, especially elasticity of the skin. It's very helpful. So what you can do? Regular aerobic exercise, this one, which is easy and cheap. Massage, especially this with water jets, any kind of massage of skin, and yeah, okay, but massage helps to improve skin circulation. And heat therapy like sauna is good, very good, and also even regular heating pad, it also helps to improve the blood circulation. Cold therapy, like taking a cold shower, icy bath, and contrast shower, or get into sauna and then jump into some reservoir, or taking the cold shower. Yeah, it's also, you can contrast will work. Okay, some vasodilators can help to improve blood flow to the skin and deposit tissue. So some people use vitamin 3, but not just vitamin 3, they do nicotinic acid. Nicotinic acid produce dilation of the blood capillaries, but it is for short, it is like half hour, 1 hour the longest. So, but it works, people use it, especially in combination of sauna, for example, it helps a lot to improve your skin appearance, to remove this malignant cells. It is very good way to rejuvenate your body. Some people like Tom Cruise using it for years already, for minimum 20 years, and he looks great. He looks great, and his appearance and his metabolic rate is very good. So again, this therapy works, and few other prominent and famous people are using this technology, but again, for whatever reason, it is prohibited in Europe. In Europe, it is prohibited to use nicotinic acid in connection with sauna. Interesting, yeah, why not? So, but again, don't make it public, just use it personally, and nobody can stop you from this. You just don't talk too much. While eliminating the hyperactive cells in the skin and subcutaneous deposit tissue does not improve the supply of oxygen, but it is yet may indirectly reduce chronic inflammation and slow down aging. Again, it is not exactly, so it is not improving, it's not making you younger, but it slows down aging. So in addition to sauna, contrast shower, massage, like this what I proposed. I present here one more inexpensive topical treatment which may potentially reduce the level of skin inflammation, slow down your aging. Again, it is very cheap, very easy to use. You can make together with jacuzzi, for example. So what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the dilute bleach base. It's a low concentration of sodium hypochlorite. It is recommended. It's used for decades to treat eczema and probably not only eczema but psoriasis. Probably again, people use it. You use it, and even for infants, from infants and kids, and you can use it in your age. Again, maybe combine it with sauna, or combine it with vasodilation, combine it with jacuzzi. But okay, I'm not just telling you, but there is no medical treatment, no recommended medical treatment. There is no clinical trial, so I cannot say for sure. But I think it is logically easy to propose that okay, you combine jacuzzi with this diluted bleach base. Okay, add this sodium hypochlorite to the water of the jacuzzi, and then you will combine massage with these treatments. So, but mind that this sodium hypochlorite is technically used for wastewater treatment. It is alkaline inorganic chemical compound. Okay, inorganic. Okay, and alkaline. Okay, alkaline. Because it is sold as dilute water solution, 10% maximum, mostly 10%, as chlorine bleach. And patents, this is already medical recommendation. You can find in internet a lot of recommendation to use this diluted bleach. Typically advised to soak in the bath for 10-15 minutes, 2-3 times per week, depending on the severity of the condition of eczema and atopic dermatitis. And the advice, this is so you can do it with some health professionals, so it's very common. So it is recommended also to rinse off your body with warm water after the bath to remove any residue of the bleach. Otherwise your clothes will be bleached, will lose color, so be careful. But again, the concentration is very low. Sodium hypochlorite is the sodium salt of hypochloric acid. What works actually, not sodium hypochlorite, but what works, hypochloric acid works. So that's at pH greater than 7.4, the majority is the form of hypochlorite ions which don't work. Okay, so what you buy, it is not working. So you have to combine it with some weak acid. It also reacts with carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is solution is in water is a weak acid, and it will react with a solution of carbon dioxide, and then it is also, so this is how it works. If you dilute it again, then you have this more concentration of hypochloric acid, but you have to control the pH. Buy the pH meter and check the pH in your solution of this sodium hypochlorite. So when you make this solution, it is making a lot of antimicrobial activity. It kills bacteria, and several clinical studies demonstrated that benefits of the using of this diluted bleach solution at low concentration for treatment of skin inflammation. How it works? Again, you have to convert this sodium hypochlorite to hypochloric acid, and hypochloric acid is this what works. Okay, this works. This not salt of sodium salt, but the hypochloric acid works. So it is works with proteins. It reacts with proteins. It is damaging membrane. It is damaging DNA mostly in hyperactive cells. Healthy cells are more stable to this hypochloric acid because it will react with antioxidants, and then healthy cells have higher concentration of antioxidants, so they are more stable to this hypochloric acid. In bleach, antifungal properties, it is proven. It helps to managing skin infections, and already American Academy of Dermatology recommends concentration of the solution 5 thousandths of percent to 1/100th of percent for treatment of eczema and skin inflammatory conditions. So it is already much in practice. So I'm not proposing something new and dangerous. Yeah, you can do it, but also maybe you can need some advice from your physician. Eczema and psoriasis are associated with compromised skin barrier, leading to increased transepidermal water loss and vulnerability to irritants, infections, and allergens. And in conditions like eczema, atopic dermatitis, and psoriasis, the skin is often colonized and infected by bacteria, and then these bleach solutions can effectively kill a wide range of bacteria which are commonly associated with skin inflammation and infections. These people try to speculate about possible why it works. It's well known that it works, but why it works, okay, maybe it is antimicrobial and how it works, but also you see it works in connection with immune cells. Okay, so this also, you can click on this picture, go to the publication, read a little bit more, but again, what it is doing, it is reducing inflammation. It is reducing inflammation because these mast cells they produce histamine molecules and histamine, and then this solution of sodium hypochlorite may reduce release of these pro-inflammatory molecules, in particular histamine. Okay, so but again, what is working? It is not. It depends on pH. So this hypochloric acid can be produced by chlorinating of water in industrial conditions, but it's also used as antimicrobial agent and disinfectant for water treatment. Sanitation has become an important component of daily life, and with an emphasis of skin, and the use of these solutions have been reviewed as disinfectant for faces and masks. Okay, so it is widely used. Okay, by the way, there is nothing new what I propose. And the hypochloric acid plays an important role in the human immune system to kill pathogens. Again, we are coming that maybe mechanism is not only killing bacteria, but also in the mechanism such that it helps to kill some hyperactive cells. So because neutrophils and other cells function as immune cells, eliminating pathogen cells, they also eliminate hyperactive cells like senescence and cancer cells. And neutrophils are first immune cells to migrate to the site of infection and inflammation, where they produce this hypochloric acid. But activity of these immune cells to produce hypochloric acid is reduced. Probably the idea that the topical treatment with weak solution of hypochloric acid will help to eliminate this hyperactive cells. So this is picture shows how this neutrophils produce this hypochloric acid, and hypochloric acid it kills microbes. So, and also it is formed not only by immune cells, but it is also formed in the epithelium and mucosal barrier, indicating the importance of this hypochloric acid to bacterial pathogens and colonization. So it is again nothing new. Our body uses it already, but again the concentration should be not very high. And don't try to drink it. Some people propose to drink it. It can be deadly. The normal concentration of hypochloric acid in the human body is generally 200 micromoles. However, the immune cells become less active with age, and the production of hypochloric acid by immune cells to fight infections and promote wound healing is diminishing. So maybe the idea, okay, maybe this over age we need this hypochloric acid additionally with skin treatment, with topical treatments like using this very diluted solution of sodium hypochlorite. So maybe it is again because it is interesting that it was discovered that it inhibits production of pro-inflammatory cytokines and chemokines by immune cells. Interesting. So it is not only kill bacteria, but it is reducing inflammation. Okay, this is the side. Okay, this is what it says. They reduce inflammation. They block production of histamine and other pro-inflammatory molecules. But also by reducing the bacterial load, this hypochloric acid helps decrease the risk of secondary infections and reduce inflammation by bacterial toxins. Okay, this again how it works. So this first you have to convert sodium hypochlorite to hypochloric acid, then it works. Because why it works? Because the ion, this hypochloric acid, ion of hypochloric acid cannot go. It is charged. It's charged molecules cannot go through the membranes, but neutral molecule and this weak acid of hypochloric acid can go through. So you have to convert it from anion to hypochloric acid. How to do it? Regulating pH. You need some weak acid to enhance them. To increase acidity. So in solution of carbon dioxide is also give you some help. So, but so if sodium hypochlorite reacts with CO2 in water, then it is getting converted to hypochloric acid. But you can use some weak acids like citric acid, maybe other acids. It's again a question of research. Probably citric acid is okay, or malic acid would be okay. But you have to measure pH, not going too far, not make it very acidic, but in a range of like from 4 to 5. Then it is most active. Then this concentration activity of this hypochlorous acid is the highest. So it was proposed that hypochlorous acid blocks uptake of glucose by inactivating transport proteins in the cell membrane. This is interesting. So it is again, why it works? Because it reacts with proteins, and all these transport proteins in the cell membrane, they can be damaged by this concentration of this hypochlorous acid, not by anion, but this acid. Okay, so you have to change to make pH proper. And then what you will have, it is again, you're blocking, so it is interesting, it is blocking the glucose transport. And together, you also, when it migrates to inside, it is, you see, it is damaging DNA, it is damaging membranes, so in hyperactive cells. In healthy cells, it reacts with antioxidant, it doesn't work further. But actually, it is demonstrated again that it is suppressing protein synthesis in bacteria, inhibit bacterial growth and division. If it works for bacteria, it will work for mitochondria. So you see that all this hypochlorous acid works as combination of antibiotics with melatonin or mega doses of vitamin C. So it is interesting, you see. So it is like very cheap product, very cheap, and then it works very good for your body. Again, I don't recommend to drink it, of course, but topical treatment probably would be okay, because very much our skin and adipose tissues, subcutaneous adipose tissue is very big mass, and it contributes to inflammation a lot. So if you at least improve health of your skin and adipose tissue, it will slow down aging considerably. So in clinical test, hypochlorous acid in water with pH 3.5 to 5 was tested. So again, if you take a little bit further, more acidic, it's yet okay. It is yet okay if it is diluted to concentration of 0.01%. It is okay for skin irritation and for eye irritation. It is okay. It is not toxic. But again, I don't recommend to drink it, but at least it is not damage you if you will soak in the bath like 10-20 minutes. I don't know. Some people use it for swimming pool, and then you can swim for hour. So also good idea probably. Hypochlorous acid controls bacterial spread without disrupting the wound healing process. Okay, then stabilized solution can be used for wound care. So you take sodium hypochlorite and make with some weak acid and check the pH, little bit acidic, little bit pH like 4, and between 4 and 5, and it works super. Okay, super, it's quite amazing. So mice with radiation dermatitis were given 30-minute bath in bleach every day. They experienced less severe skin damage, better healing, and improved hair growth in animals bathed in water. In aged mice, the animal skin began to look younger, going from old and fragile to thicker with increased cell proliferation. You see how it works. It is amazing substance. It's a miracle. But it works for mice. Will it work for you? Okay, there is not much research done because it's very cheap. Nobody can pay for this research. But okay, self-experimentation is again not recommended, but it is on your risk. You can try make this diluted bath and soak your body every day or every second day. Okay, whatever you decide, and your responsibility. But again, it is interesting that it is working with keratinocytes, and hypochlorous acid inhibits production of pro-inflammatory signal molecules in keratinocytes, and all this vicious cycle of this psoriasis and eczema and nail psoriasis can be stopped very easy by treatment with this weak solution of this hypochlorous acid. Inflammation and immunosenescence associated with human skin aging, okay, you see. And if it is associated, then you can reduce this inflammaging, and so you can in part slow down your aging with so simple and easy procedure. But mind that excess of this very high concentration of sodium hypochlorite can lead to damage of your skin, and you have to be very careful. Okay, so also again, especially if it is very high concentration, it can disrupt natural balance of your skin microbiome. Okay, 2 years ago, or maybe 3 years ago, I got this solution, very cheap. It is 15 American dollars. Delivery was more costly, and I have this canister, 20 liters of this solution till now. I use it, but again, my problem is that I maybe I use it once or twice, but you have to do it regular, every day or every next day. So it needs some motivation. Okay, so again, it's medically recommended. You can click on the picture, go to the recommendation. It is very, very common, especially for infants, to treat in eczema in infants, and it is recommended to use 3 times a week for adults also. So it is not something new, it is used, but again, mind that if you somehow concentrated solution will go to your skin, to eye, you have to be very careful, and so remove, immediately rinse with water, okay, immediately put some water and remove it. Also, if it will go to your clothes, the clothes will be damaged, so be careful. In working with this bleach, it is not absolutely easy, and so you have to be careful. Okay. So again, you can go to all these publications and understand. So again, this pro-inflammatory conditions and chronic hypoxia is not very easy subject, not easy to understand, but again, all aging process is quite complicated, and my understanding of the aging problem very much different from what other people propose. Other people relate aging to cellular aging. It is completely wrong. This I consider that the root cause of the aging is stiffening of the blood vessels, but we can do it. I can do it. I do it. I reduce the stiffening of the blood vessels. It is in principle regular aerobic exercise is very, very much helpful, together with some better diet and also supplements. You can improve your elasticity of the blood vessels, and you can measure it. But people make money again, and also for me, if I'm not getting any benefits from uploading this video, but I do it. I do it for myself because it makes motivation for me to do it, and also if you want to support me, again, I don't get any money. I don't have any academic position any longer because I'm 67 years old. At least what you can do, press the like and bell button, subscribe to my channel, share this information with your friends. Again, not many people want to live long. Not many people want to invest any efforts to improve the health. They believe that medical professionals can do it. Oh, really? Did you hear about this MAID? It is medical assistance in death program. Did you hear about this medical assistance in death, involuntary death program, that the elderly is not welcome anymore. So you are not supposed to live too long, because young people are not happy about this. If you're getting retirement fees, retirement money from pension funds, you are considered as useless eater. Okay, so it is again what I am doing. I try to change the whole humanity, but of course it's not easy. But if I change the humanity so that we can live hundreds years or 1,000 years, we can become galactic civilization. We can explore the space, outer space. We can go to other planets, other stars. We can spread in our galaxy, maybe beyond our galaxy. This what is my dream, and I want to see it. I'm not afraid to die, but I want to make this future, to make this scientific improvement, scientific discovery, how to live much longer, and then I believe this is the way for us to survive as biological species. Otherwise, we'll just extinct. What is happening everywhere? You see, it is terrible. It is terrible, and hard times yet coming. So mind that it is not very easy. But again, I'm not medical professional. I'm like a dreamer. I'm a scientist. I work for myself. I work for all humanity. It is not supported because even increase, if even extended lifespan is dangerous for society. For this structure of society is very dangerous. If you will live 10 years longer, and if you have in present conditions because of degradation of our civilization, we have low fertility rate, we have a low birth rate, and we don't have enough young people to support the elderly. And elderly people considered as the useless eaters, useless eaters. So no wonder that all the society press on you to shorten your life. Many ways to shorten your life. From what recommendations gives this official medical professionals to all products what are in you can buy in supermarkets everywhere. And all nature also I see in nature that so big damage produced by pesticides and herbicides that all nature is collapsing. I am in Thailand. I see collapse of the nature because what I see collapse of insects. We don't have any longer many mosquitoes. Okay, you say it is good, but I have beehives. I have an apiary, and I keep Asian honeybees, and I see decay, then degradation. So the number of these honeybees is dropping. And I tell you, when insects disappear, the termites and honeybees disappear, people will not survive. There will be famine, there will be a lot of big problems. So we are coming to depopulation, actually, to big collapse of the Western civilization, actually. But I want to get through this collapse. I want to give the chance to people who follow me and to chance to survive and to see better future and to become galactic civilization. Okay, this is what I want. Will it work or not? It depends. It depends. Will I get any ability to continue this program on myself and maybe some other people? Not. I was applied many times for universities and some other, with very easy proposals. It's like, let's produce some medical and let's make, not produce, I produce them, I know how to produce, but because I'm chemist also, but to produce some medications to reduce some stiffening of the blood vessels, and then all these cardiovascular diseases can be healed, can be cured. No one university considers this because nobody is interested to extend longevity of elderly people. Nobody. Okay, this is what is happening. This is why are collapsing. Okay, so not all people will survive. I hope you will follow my channel and will survive. Okay, have a wonderful day. Ciao, ciao.